A wise man once said, "It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning," especially when you're in a car like the R8. And that's the story about how I now only have 9 toes. Hey guys, it's Lee at Audi Dallas, and today I am so excited because I finally get to review one of my favorite cars that Audi makes. It is the 2020 Audi R8 V10 Plus in this beautiful Camaro gray. I'm going to take it out, I'm going to review it. It's a good excuse to drive it too, so I'm super excited. Your seatbelt's on?
Yes.
Okay. So here we are, we're driving the 2020 R8 V10 Plus, and a couple of things that I just have to talk about. I mean, really one of the things that made the R8 so special when it came out, and especially even now, is because it is an extremely capable supercar. It's mid-engine, it's perfectly balanced, it's got a naturally aspirated V10, and it just sounds so amazing. And I'll let you in on that little bit. Ow. Okay. Woo. Anyway, so it's very capable as a sports car, and then on top of that, let's say you want to drive this every day, and let's say it's one of maybe 1 or 2 cars, and you want to just run to the grocery store, and you want to take your kid to school. It's 2-seater. It's a super manageable car. You can actually like put it in comfort mode, and the suspension will soften up, and the throttle will get a little bit, the exhaust will get a little bit quieter, and the steering gets a little bit not as heavy. And it's really conducive to just enjoying a car, a well-built car, you know, when you don't even want to go fast. And then on top of that, the seats are extremely comfortable. You could totally long-distance cruise in this car. All the interior amenities fall naturally to hand. It's exactly what you'd expected as far as the controls for the navigation system, the sound system, the air conditioning, the seat heating, and all that stuff. Not to mention the sound system in here is amazing. You know, Audi didn't just stop at making an extremely capable, fast car, supercar. They obviously kept with what makes Audi very special and gives it they give it a beautiful interior that's got a lot of leather and Alcantara on my roof. I mean, I've got diamond stitch Alcantara on the roof, you know, and the sound system's beautiful. I'm just, you know, I could go on and on forever, but the R8 is all things to all people. It's comfortable, it's fast, it's beautiful, it sounds good, it's a conversation piece, and it's crazy fun to drive. So we just got done kind of driving the R8, and I just want to let you guys in on a little bit of the facts about the engine. So obviously the car is mid-engine. It has perfect 50-50 weight distribution. It's a heavily rear-wheel drive bias, 4-wheel drive. It lets you have a very rear-wheel drive feel to driving the car, but it has just enough front wheel interaction to keep you from going a little bit too crazy in the corners, so you're not going to like lose control and kind of drift out. So for this year, the V10 Plus has 602 horsepower and 413 pound-feet of torque, which is a perfect balance out of a naturally aspirated V10. It's amazing. I'm actually going to go rev it for you to show the exhaust a little bit. All right, I'm so excited to show you guys a couple of things about the outside of the 2020 R8 that are a little bit different from last year. So we do actually have a revised front and rear bumper. We got some new wheel options. So you're going to notice here that the front fascia is a little bit revised in the way of making it a little bit more Lamborghini-esque, if you ask me. The Audi badge is going to sit on the hood rather than here on the grille. It's going to make it nice and open and really sleek looking. Another thing that's really rare for a supercar is for it to have laser matrix LED headlights. So it actually has laser light for the high beams, which you guys are probably familiar. It's an amazing technology. Really glad to see it on the Audi R8. And then moving on down to the side, these beautiful wheels, actually there's something even more special about them than their looks, is the fact that this set, they're optional 20s on the V10 Plus. These are actually hewn from a solid block of aluminum. And so they aren't cast, they're not an aluminum alloy, they're not anything like that. They're actually used to be a block of aluminum, and they're cut and chiseled into the wheel. And so that obviously lends to the wheel being very light, but also extremely strong, which is a nice thing that you want on your supercar. You don't want too much unsprung weight, so you want it to be light. And then we've got the optional amazing ceramic brakes out here. Don't get me started on the brakes. They are So good, amazing pedal feel too. We've got the typical carbon fiber treatment for an amazing supercar. We've got the signature side vents on the R8 with the functional scoops to cool off that big V10. Also, since the car's four-wheel drive, it's heavily rear biased, so it actually has staggered rear tires at 305 width in the back. Moving on to the rear end, we've got the typical carbon fiber treatment, we've got the functional rear valance back here, this beautiful functional spoiler, and then exhaust so big I could literally fit my foot in there if I tried. And all this just kind of lends to a very buttoned down, cohesive feeling when you're driving the car extremely fast. I mean, remember, this car's made for the Autobahn. You can do 150 miles an hour and like yawn with like one hand on the wheel. Like, it's amazingly simple in a car like this. This car is capable of, I think, 205 mile an hour top speed. And I know all the Karens in the world are like, why do you need to go that fast? You can only legally do 70 miles an hour on the highways in Texas. It's like, we know, Karen, I know. It's just a nice thing to have, and it's a beautiful thing. Maybe a 150 mile an hour blast on the Autobahn would be a good thing for you. Straighten you out a little bit. Go talk to a manager. Hope you enjoyed our video on the 2020 R8. I'm Lee Metters. This is my rubber band ball. Thanks for watching. Hey, that's my ball. Nope, that's mine.